Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This video is all about how I DIY'd my Clawdeen wolf cosplay. This is going to be just a part 1 because I do have a part 2 where we do her skirt and everything on the bottom half, but let's just get right into it. Okay, the first thing that we're going to work on is the jacket. I bought some craft fur from Michael's, and I also bought this synthetic purple dye so that we could dye them the right color. And this is the base jacket. I plan to cut off the inner hoodie part and use it. It's not completely accurate, but it was cheap and it was on clearance, so I decided to use this as my base. And when the fur is attached, this is what I wanted it to look like. So instead of the fur just being on the collar, I also put it on the sleeves, and I really like the way that looks. And here I'm just starting the water and getting it to boil while I take off the tags and everything from all of this craft fur. And when I'm done with all of that, I'm just going to take my synthetic dye and just go ahead and pour it right in and get it ready. And I'm just going to stir it up, make sure all of the dye is evenly distributed in the water. You don't get any clumps or anything like that. Just make sure you stir it really, really well. And I am just dropping that fur, that fake craft fur, right in. And these do not need to be in there that long. We just want them to be purple enough. I honestly would put them in for like just a little bit and then take them out. And once they're done, I'm putting them in my sink and rinsing them all off, getting off all that excess dye. And then when I got all of the dye and squeezed out enough of the water, I took them outside to dry, and I left them out there for at least 2 or 3 hours to make sure that they were completely dry. And while those were drying, I went ahead and took care of the jacket. Here I'm showing I'm going to cut off this fake like half jacket part with the hoodie and everything, since her jacket doesn't have a hoodie. And here is it with everything cut off. So this is what it looked like when I cut off that little inner part. It was really easy, actually. And now after that's done, I'm going to go ahead and crop it just like hers is. And this is me like planning out like where I'm going to crop it at and everything. And now that all the fur is dry, I'm just slowly attaching it. I'm doing it to the sleeves. I'm doing it around the collar. And then I'm going to crop it after we're finished with all of that. So this is just me attaching it. And since you guys know I can't sew, how are we going to attach it with anything but, you guessed it, hot glue. So yeah, I'm just going, like I said, around the collar, around the sleeves, and attaching all of the fur.
Perfect.
And then when all of the fur was finally attached, this is how it was starting to look. And I really, really like the way this jacket looked here. But since hers is cropped, I'm gonna go ahead and crop it just like hers. And I found a spot where I liked it. I thought it looked about the same length as hers is, and this is what it looked like after it was cropped. And I really, really, really like the way this looks. I love the fur along the sleeves of it as well. And there's like little pieces hanging down because I wasn't sure if I wanted to fray the ends or if I wanted them to be as straight as possible, but I think I'm gonna leave them a bit frayed. She's a werewolf, so I think it kind of works with her character. But if you want to cut them off and make it as straight as possible like hers, go for it. But I really like the way this looks. Okay, now that the jacket is done, we're gonna move on to her top. It looks like a zebra print, like pink with black stripes, but I could not find this print anywhere, so we're gonna DIY it. So I had this plain colored, very, very light pink shirt, and it's not quite the same color as hers. So I had a little bit of this super pink synthetic dye left, and it was just a little bit, but it was enough that I knew it would change the color of the shirt. So here I am pouring it in, just basically repeating the same process we did before. And already put the shirt in so that it can go ahead and change the color. It did not need to be in that long. The super pink is very, very bright, and it looked about the right shade after only a little bit of time being in there. And here I am rinsing it off to get all the excess dye off. Now, I don't have a lot of footage of me doing this next step, but I used this tulip color shot in black to do the lines. On certain lines, I used a piece of paper as a stencil to make them more sharp, but as I went, I was okay with it looking a bit messy and just doing a bit of a random design. I think it looks close enough, especially with the jacket on. Now that we got the shirt all figured out, these are the ears that I used. I will put a link to them in the description. I didn't add the earrings yet because I didn't find any that I liked enough. So that might be in the next part, but these look really, really good and I really like the way they look. Okay, so now we're moving on to the wig. This wig is actually one that I've had for a while, but I think it works really well for Clawdeen. It's this one from Amazon, and once again, all my links will be in the description below. And lastly for this video, I am wearing the Princess Pinky Cyberdoll yellow lenses from Pinky Paradise. I really like these lenses, and I also, of course, have a coupon code for you guys. If you use my code Vaguely10, you will get 10% off your order at Pinky Paradise, so check those out. I really love these lenses, and you guys know my eyes are super dark brown, so... And I actually think that's it for this first part of the video. Let me know if you guys want a part 2. I mean, I'm probably gonna do it anyway, but let me know if you guys want a part 2. I will probably attempt to make one of their, you know, those little phones they had. I would love to try and make one of those. Let me know what you guys think about that. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram to keep up with all my other cosplay antics, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!